There is a moment just before dawn when the night is darkest, when the stars still cling to the sky and the world holds its breath. It is in this liminal space, this sacred threshold between what was and what will be, that the universe whispers its most potent question to the seeker. How deeply do you desire what you say you desire? You have felt this, haven't you? That peculiar tension between vision and reality, between the life you dream of and the one you currently inhabit. You set your intentions, you align your energy, you declare to the cosmos, "This is what I wish to manifest." And then instead of immediate fulfillment, you are met with resistance. Obstacles rise like ancient sentinels guarding a temple. Delays stretch like deserts between oases. Doubt slithers in like mist over a moonlit path. Why? Because the universe is not a vending machine, dispensing your desires at the push of a button. It is a master sculptor, and you are the living marble. Every challenge, every seeming setback is not a denial of your dream, but an invitation into a deeper alignment with it. The universe tests you not to withhold, but to reveal, to strip away the layers of who you thought you were, so that the truest version of you may emerge. Consider the butterfly, still cocooned, still wrapped in the darkness of its own transformation. If you were to cut open the chrysalis too soon, the creature within would never fly. Its wings would remain crumpled, useless. The struggle is the strengthening. The resistance is the preparation. And so it is with you. The path of manifestation is not a straight line, it is a spiral, winding ever inward, ever upward, asking you at each turn, are you willing to become the person who can hold this dream? Because the universe does not give you what you ask for, it gives you what you are. And if there is dissonance between your desire and your being, the cosmos, in its infinite wisdom, will send you the very trials required to bridge that gap. This is the hidden curriculum of the soul, the alchemy of adversity, the sacred friction that polishes the rough edges of your untapped potential. And if you are here listening, it is because some part of you already knows this. Some part of you has felt the stirring, the whisper that says, there is more to this journey than meets the eye. So let us begin. Let us unravel the mystery of why the universe challenges you before your dreams manifest not as distant theory, but as lived truth. Not as abstract philosophy, but as a map for your own becoming. If this resonates with you, if you feel the call to journey deeper into these hidden layers of reality, I invite you to like this video, to subscribe, and to leave a comment below. Tell me, where have you felt the universe testing you? What dreams are you being prepared to receive? The universe speaks in patterns, in cycles, in laws as immutable as gravity and as subtle as the pull between two souls destined to meet. And if we are to understand why the path to our desires is so often paved with challenges, we must first decipher these hidden codes, the silent, sacred mechanics that govern all of creation. Imagine standing between two mirrors, infinite reflections stretching into eternity. This is the nature of reality, a vast, echoing chamber where your inner state reverberates outward, shaping the world you experience. The universe does not respond to your words, your wishes, or even your efforts. It responds to your frequency, to the unspoken vibration of your being. This is why, when you declare a new dream, wealth, love, purpose, the cosmos does not simply hand it to you. Instead, it asks, does this dream match the song of your soul? If not, it will send you the lessons, the losses, the necessary storms that force you to tune yourself to a higher note. The resistance you feel is not rejection, is recalibration. In ancient mystery schools, initiates were not given wisdom, they were given trials. Riddles with no obvious answers, labyrinths with no clear exit. Why? Because truth is not taught. It is remembered under the weight of experience. Your challenges serve the same purpose. That financial struggle, it is not proof that abundance eludes you. It is the fire that burns away your unconscious scarcity. That heartbreak? It is not a sign love is not yours. It is the chisel carving your capacity to recognize and hold it when it arrives. The universe is not cruel, it is meticulous. It will not give you a kingdom if you still think like a peasant. We live in a culture obsessed with speed, instant gratification, overnight success, three-step manifesting. But the universe operates in spirals, not straight lines. A seed does not argue with the darkness of soil, nor demand to know why it cannot bloom the moment it is planted. It understands in its silent wisdom that roots must deepen before the stem can rise. When your dream seems delayed, it is not because the universe has forgotten you. It is because you are being given the most precious gift of all, the time to become, to shed the skins of old identities, to outgrow the fears that would have poisoned your joy had it arrived too soon. The divine does not withhold, it prepares. Here lies one of the greatest mysteries of manifestation. You cannot fill a cup that is already full. Before the new can enter, the old must make space. This is why, so often, the moment before a breakthrough feels like collapse, relationships end, jobs dissolve, old ways of thinking crumble. It is not destruction, it is sacred subtraction. The universe challenges you not to take, but to empty, not to prove your worth, but to dissolve the illusions of unworthiness. Every no you encounter is making way for a deeper yes. Not all tests are the same. The universe is a masterful teacher, and its curriculum is crafted precisely for the soul it guides. The entrepreneur is not tested the same way as the artist. The healer does not face the same trials as the warrior. Your challenges are not random, they are reflections of the very gifts you are being prepared to wield. That which frustrates you most is the very thing you are meant to master. That which triggers you is the doorway to your liberation. The universe does not give you obstacles. You cannot overcome it. Gives you obstacles designed to reveal how powerful you truly are. So now, standing at the edge of these truths, ask yourself, what if every challenge was not a barrier but an initiation? What if the universe was not against you but sculpting you? The journey does not end here. There are deeper layers to uncover, stories woven into the fabric of time itself, myths and metaphors that illuminate the soul's journey through trial and triumph. There is a language older than words, a wisdom etched not in ink, but in the collective memory of humanity. It speaks through myths, through dreams, through the archetypes that rise again and again across cultures. Each one a mirror, each one a key to understanding why the soul must be tested before it can transcend. Every culture tells the story of the hero who is called to adventure, only to be met with trials, dragons to slay, labyrinths to navigate, shadows to confront. Joseph Campbell called this the monomyth, the one great story hidden within all stories. And here is the secret. The hero does not find their power in spite of the trials, but because of them. You are no different. Your challenges are not interruptions of your path, they are the path. The universe is not punishing you, it is preparing you to wield the very gifts you are asking for. The entrepreneur must face failure to develop resilience. The lover must endure heartbreak to recognize true connection. The seeker must wander in darkness to appreciate the dawn. There is a reason the alchemist spoke of solve et coagula, dissolve and coagulate. Before gold can be purified, the ore must be broken down, melted, stripped of all that is not essential. You too are in the alchemical furnace, and what feels like burning is simply the process of becoming. In Egyptian mythology, the phoenix does not simply choose rebirth. It is consumed by fire, reduced to ashes, before it can rise anew. Yet, if you were to ask the phoenix mid-burning if it wished to continue, it might beg for mercy. The same is true for us. When the universe begins to dismantle the old version of you, the limiting beliefs, the outgrown identities, it is not uncommon to rebel, to grasp at the familiar, even if it no longer serves you. This is the Phoenix refusal, the part of you that would rather remain in the safety of the known than endure the temporary chaos of transformation. But the universe is relentless in its love. It will keep presenting the same lesson in different forms until you finally surrender, until you allow the old self to be incinerated so the new self can take flight. St. John of the Cross wrote of the dark night of the soul, a spiritual crisis so profound that all former certainties dissolve, all previous understandings fail. This is not punishment, it is upgrade. The dark night is the universe's way of rewiring you for a higher destiny. It strips away false comforts, dismantles shaky foundations, and leaves you in the void not to abandon you, but to teach you how to create from nothing. Because true manifestors are not those who simply attract, they are those who can generate light in the darkness. An old Cherokee tale speaks of two wolves fighting within each of us, one of fear, one of love. The one that wins, the elder says, is the one you feed. This is the hidden purpose of your challenges. They reveal which wolf you are nourishing. Every obstacle is an invitation to choose fear or faith, lack or abundance, victimhood or sovereignty. The universe does not test you to see if you deserve your dreams, but to see if you are aligned with them. Imagine the universe as the wisest teacher you have ever known, one who does not simply hand you answers but guides you to discover them within yourself. Every challenge is a lesson. Every setback is a pop quiz. Every moment of despair is a final exam before a major initiation. And here is the most beautiful part. You are never given a test you are not ready for. The universe knows your strength better than you do. It will push you to your edge not to break you, but to show you how unbreakable you truly are. Now, standing at the threshold of these ancient truths, ask yourself, what if my struggles are not random, but sacred? What if every trial is a rite of passage, designed by a cosmos that believes in me more than I believe in myself? The journey continues, but understanding is only half the alchemy, the other half is embodiment. How do we take these truths and live them? How do we move from insight to integration? The most profound truths remain merely philosophical until they are lived. Until the cosmic principles we've explored take root in the ordinary moments, the missed opportunities, the unpaid bills, the silent hours when doubt whispers loudest. This is where the rubber meets the road. Where the universe stops being an abstract concept and becomes your most intimate teacher. Every challenge carries two narratives: the surface story of what's happening and the hidden story of what's being forged within you. The practice begins with a simple but radical question: how is this situation serving my evolution? When your business falters, it's not proof of failure, it's an invitation to innovate. When a relationship ends, it's not rejection, it's space being cleared for a deeper connection. The rent due that keeps you awake? Not punishment, but propulsion forcing you to explore streams of abundance you'd otherwise ignore. Try this. Keep a sacred obstacles journal. Each evening, record one challenge you faced, then complete these sentences. This is preparing me for. The version of me that's emerging is. The gift hidden in this is. Within weeks, you'll begin to see patterns, the same tests recurring until you learn their lessons. The universe whispers first, then speaks, then shouts. Journaling helps you catch the whispers. Manifestation isn't about attracting, it's about becoming. And the most powerful tool you have is your daily habits. Not grand gestures, but the small, consistent actions that whisper to the universe, I am already who I claim to be. If you seek abundance, how does the abundant version of you tip wait staff? If you desire love, how does the loved version of you speak to yourself in the mirror each morning? If you crave creative fulfillment, how does the artist within you spend their Tuesday afternoons? Create a future self ceremony. Each morning, light a candle and sit for 5 minutes as the version of you who has already manifested your dreams. Ask, how would I move through this day if my desires were already real? Then, and this is crucial, act from that place, even if just in small ways. The universe responds to conviction, not costumes. It's not about faking it till you make it, but about practicing the consciousness of your realized dreams until they crystallize in form. The ancient alchemists weren't just trying to transform metal, they sought to transform the soul. Their secret? The prima materia, the worthless substance that, when subjected to the right process, becomes philosopher's stone. Your adversities are your prima materia. The key lies in what you do with them. That financial struggle? Use it to audit your relationship with money. Where does scarcity live in your body, your language, your daily choices? That loneliness? Let it teach you the difference between solitude, sacred, and isolation, fear-based. That creative block? It's showing you where you've prioritized productivity over authenticity. Every night, take one challenge and perform this mental alchemy. Name the lead, the raw, painful aspect. Apply the fire. Ask, what is this teaching me? Name the gold, the wisdom or strength being born. Western spirituality often glorifies effort. Try harder, visualize more, hustle. But the universe operates in rhythms, and sometimes the most powerful response to a test is stillness. When you hit a wall, instead of frantic action, try sitting in meditation with the question, what wants to emerge here? Instead of forcing solutions, take a synchronicity walk, stroll with no destination, noticing what messages the world shows you. Instead of begging the universe, try thanking it for the perfect unfolding, even before you see it. This isn't passive, it's receptive, like a farmer who tills soil then waits for rain. There's wisdom in knowing when to act and when to let the universe act through you. Ultimately, navigating the universe's tests comes down to one skill: trust. Not blind faith, but the kind of trust built through relationship, like knowing the sun will rise because you've witnessed 1,000 dawns. Create small rituals to strengthen this trust. Each full moon, write down one thing the universe has delivered that you once doubted. When anxiety arises, speak aloud. I am in sacred collaboration with something far wiser than my fear. Keep a divine evidence jar notes recording unexpected blessings, synchronicities, and timely solutions. Review it when doubt creeps in. The more you practice seeing the universe as a co-creator rather than a capricious deity, the more you'll recognize its tests as love letters in disguise. These practices aren't quick fixes, they're consciousness shifts. Some days you'll forget them entirely, other days you'll feel like you're play acting. That's fine. The universe isn't keeping score, it's waiting for your consistent direction of travel. Now, as we stand at the edge of understanding, there's one final layer: the call to not just know these truths, but to live them as your unshakable reality. There comes a moment in every seeker's journey when the mind's understanding drops into the heart's knowing, when philosophy becomes flesh, when cosmic principles pulse through your veins as lived truth. This is the moment we've been moving toward, not an ending, but a beginning. Imagine for a moment you could step outside of time to that vantage point where all your past struggles, present challenges, and future triumphs exist simultaneously. From here, the pattern reveals itself. Every obstacle perfectly placed, every delay divinely timed, every heartbreak a hidden crucible for greater love. This is how the universe sees your journey, not as a series of random misfortunes, but as a masterfully composed symphony where even the dissonant notes serve the harmony. Your tests were never about punishment, they were about placement. each one moving you with geometric precision toward the self you came here to become. The universe operates on a simple law of reciprocity. It can only meet you as deeply as you've met yourself. When you transform your relationship with challenges from resistance to reverence, you initiate an alchemy that alters reality itself. This is why the mystics say the teacher appears when the student is ready, not because some capricious deity decides to reward you, but because your readiness vibrates at a frequency that pulls the lesson into form. Your willingness to be sculpted by life's trials is what makes you magnetic to miracles. There's a reason you've been drawn to these teachings. Some part of you remembers that you didn't come here for an easy life, but for a meaningful one. That your soul chose these specific challenges as its curriculum. Now comes the ultimate question. Will you stand as the light holder in your own storm? Not waiting for the skies to clear, but recognizing that your light becomes most visible precisely when the night is darkest. This is the paradox the universe has been preparing you to embody, that your greatest gifts emerge from what once felt like breaking. Let this be your daily invocation. I surrender my timeline to divine timing. I exchange my resistance for sacred curiosity. I welcome every challenge as love in disguise. I am not here to control life, but to collaborate with it. And in this collaboration, I find my freedom. Speak this when the path grows steep. Whisper it when doubts arise. Let it be the mantra that carries you from theory to theosis, the ancient concept of becoming divine through lived experience. As you transform your relationship with life's tests, you become a living testament to possibility, not through preachiness, but through presence. Not through perfect words, but through the quiet confidence of someone who's learned to trust the process. This is how we change the world, by first allowing the world to change us. Before you close this chapter, the universe has one final question for you. What will you do with this knowing? Will you let it fade like a dream upon waking? Or let it seep into your bones until it alters how you walk through both storms and sunlight? The choice is yours. But remember, the universe only asks for trials. Those souls it knows can rise to meet them. Your presence here is proof. If this journey has stirred something within you, I invite you to share your aha moment in the comments below. What revelation landed most deeply? Subscribe for more sacred provocations. Pass this on to one person who needs this reminder today. For now, dear traveler, take this with you. The universe isn't testing you to see if you're worthy. It's inviting you to remember that you always were. The initiation is complete. The living begins.